Hi friends, I welcome you all here in this exciting training session being conducted by TNV Academy. Today, in this session, we will discuss about clause 5.3 of ISO 27001-2013, which talks about the organizational roles, responsibilities, and authorities. So, let's get going and start our discussion. Let me explain you that what we will be covering in this chapter. Coverage in the standard. In this session, we will talk about the last subclause of clause 5, that is clause 5.3 of ISO 27001-2013. We will know that how organization define the roles and responsibilities of the individuals who are part of the information security management system. Additionally, we will also understand that who has the authority to make decisions and policies regarding the smooth functioning of information security management system in place. Reference clause within standards or the other standards which can be useful for this chapter. Friends, as far as clause 5.3 of ISO 27001-2013 is concerned, it does not take any reference from any other clause and rather sets its own requirements to be fulfilled. External reference for the chapter. Then you should have an updated version standard copy of ISO 22300-2018 with you. ISO 22300-2018 has definitions for several technical terminologies that are used under different clauses of ISO 27001-2018. So, we suggest you that you should keep a copy of the standard with you for your ready reference. Outcome of the chapter. At the end of this chapter, you will be able to understand why it is important to define and set the roles and responsibilities of individuals for an organization. How do they do it? So, let's begin our discussion with a brief introduction of clause 5.3 of ISO 27001-2013. Brief introduction of clause 5.3. Friends, clause 5.3 of ISO 27001-2013 states that the organization has the complete clarity that which individual has what roles and responsibilities to perform within the information security management system. It defines and decides the key responsibilities of every individual who is a part of organizational information security management system. Clause 5.3 also tells that who are the individuals who will have the authority to instruct these lower level subordinates. Additionally, if we move further in the clause 5.3, it also tells that the organization decides that who will be reporting the performance of these individuals to the top management. The role of top management under clause 5.3 is very clear. The top management should clearly communicate to every individual that where they fit in the organizational information security management system. It is the responsibility of top management to make sure everything is in place within the organization to meet the requirements of clause 5.3 of ISO 27001-2013, to ensure everything is correctly communicated and, of course, that everything is followed throughout the process of achieving information security management system objectives. Now, let's move forward and discuss the clause 5.3 of ISO 27001-2013 in detail. Requirement of the clause of the standard. The clause 5.3 of ISO 27001-2013 states the below mentioned requirements from an organization. It says that top management shall ensure that the responsibilities and authorities for roles relevant to information security are assigned and communicated. Top management shall assign the responsibility and authority for point 1. Ensuring that the information security management system conforms to the requirements of this international standard. Point 2. Reporting on the performance of the information security management system to the top management. Important note: top management may also assign responsibilities and authorities for reporting performance of the information security management system within the organization. Now, let's understand these requirements one by one. For desired outcomes of the information security management system, the top management of an organization should lead the clause 5.3 of ISO 27001:2013. This will require establishing and communicating the following to all team members. Point 1. The structure of organization. Everyone in the team or who is part of the ISMS should be aware of the structure of the organization. The structure tells who is the owner of a specific vertical or line of business within the organization. Point 2. Reporting line. Every individual within the organization must be aware that to whom they have to report at the time of an issue or if they are stuck at something. The hierarchy of reporting must be clear to everyone. Point 3. Individual job roles, responsibilities, goals, and desired outcomes. Every individual within the organization must be aware about their job roles, responsibilities, their goals which they have to achieve, and the outcomes of their activities. Point 4. Importance of protecting information. The top management should clearly communicate the need and importance of protecting and securing the information at all costs. Every individual should be motivated and encouraged to contribute towards information security. Point 5. Responsibility for ISMS maintenance. The top management should assign responsibility of maintaining the information security management system to an individual. This individual has to constantly monitor the performance of ISMS and should report the same to the top management. Point 6. Ensuring processes are delivering outputs. The top management has to ensure the processes falling under the organizational ISMS are delivering outputs and that two are required ones. Once the roles and responsibilities has been defined by the organization for the smooth functioning of the information security management system, it becomes necessary that regular reporting of the same is ensured. The top management can identify an individual that has complete understanding of information security management system and has the capability of continually running the same so that desired outputs are achieved. This individual is primarily referred as CISO, Chief Information Security Officer within the organization. The CISO should monitor the performance of information security management system regularly. During this process, the CISO should: Point 1. Trace the hindrances that are affecting the working of information security management system. Point 2. Identify that whether any additional resources are required for the functioning of information security management system. Point 3. Identify the training needs of individuals who are part of the information security management system and train them. Point 4. Immediately cater any incidents regarding information security such as breach, deadlocks, etc. Point 5. Report to the top management about the overall performance of information security management system. Point 6. Provide inputs about the continual improvement of ISMS and changes required. Friends, we now have understood the requirements of clause 5.3 in detail. So, let's move on to our next segment. Mandatory documents and retention of documents. Under clause 5.3, the top management should document the assigned roles and responsibilities to individuals who are part of the information security management system. Apart from this, the organizational structure and reporting line should also be documented so that everyone within the organization is clear on the reporting structure. And finally, the reporting of CISO should also be documented for future reference and for analyzing the performance of organizational ISMS. Last but not least, now let us understand the common mistakes which auditors do while performing audit under the clause 5.3 of ISO 27001:2013. Point 1. Auditors ask irrelevant questions for the organization which does not relate with the organization to be audited. Point B. Sometimes auditors start thinking for the option while auditors need to understand the client process and to decide if the client can achieve the result of the MSS through their own process. Point 3. Auditors start consulting activities. Point 4. Auditors start expecting documents and records in the clause where this may not be mandatory requirement. Point 5. Auditors asking for FSSAI license and registration, asking for the GST registration, asking for the ROC registration, asking for the commencement of business certificate, asking of PF, ESI registration certificate, which may not be relevant considering the nature of business organization is performing. Dear friends, we have now come to the conclusion of this training session. See you soon with an exciting new topic. Till then, goodbye.